Alright guys, Touchgripper here, back again today. It is the 2nd of January, hope you're all enjoying your Thursday. Today, a very interesting topic of discussion. Yesterday we talked about Monte Cristo and a little bit really about the Overwatch League, a topic that we rarely get into on this channel, but of course, Activision Blizzard, they run the CDL, they run the OWL, so definitely are related. And when we talked yesterday about cutting back on some of the events they're going to be doing for the upcoming season, some of that is related to the Overwatch League. And also Monte Cristo, really big name over there, has decided to, leave the Overwatch League for the upcoming season. And we have another big name who has decided to make that step, also that being MLG Puckett. Now, Chris Puckett, his Twitter handle is still MLG Puckett from back in the MLG days. We'll talk a little bit about his history in a second here, but yeah, he joined MLG I think in 2004, something like that, as like a tournament director, so I guess in his late teens or something like that. And since then he's been working as a caster and desk host, as a really well accomplished desk host now over at the Overwatch League and formerly in Call of Duty, if you guys have been around a fair while. Looks like he has it pretty high on his agenda to return to Call of Duty for the upcoming season, but clearly he hasn't been maybe keeping up with Call of Duty as much as some of us have, because a little bit of a gaffe he had when he was tweeting at Karma last night. We'll go on to that in the coming minutes. So like if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you're new, as always, the YouTube algorithm would greatly appreciate it. First of all, the Atlas Lions, pretty well-known organization here in the amateur scene in Europe. They welcome a Spanish team for the upcoming season and the Minnesota event later this month. So Puni, Invidian, Yako, Buller and Super is going to be the team going forwards. First up, Minnesota. Can't wait to get started. So yeah, keep your eyes on this team going forward. It's going to be a very interesting end of the month. So here we go then. I'll play this clip for you guys, what Puckett talks about. 2020 life update. You can see he's changed his name to Puckett for hire. Ready for this freelance hustle. So here he is. I'll share with you his message.
What's up, everybody? It's Puckett coming at you with a life update. It's a new year. I got a new logo and a new location. Molly got a promotion, bringing us back to New York City, where we lived for 11 years. And unfortunately, that means I won't be on the West Coast to host the Overwatch League for a third season. I had a blast over the first 2 years, and I know now as a freelancer, it's not the end of the road for me. I hope to be joining everyone in the Overwatch League and the Call of Duty Leagues, hosting and commentating the biggest events in front of the people I love, the fans and the community. It's been a blast so far, and now in my new situation, I'm pretty excited because in 2020, as a freelancer, I now have more time to get back to some of my roots, some of the games I grew up on, some of the games I still truly love. And those, of course, are titles like Halo. I get to get back into Call of Duty. I have time for Counter-Strike again. I'm super pumped to finally be able to dive deep into Rainbow Six and Apex Legends. I get to play Rocket League with my brother and all of my friends and enjoy the competitive scene. And that's just the beginning. If you're watching my shows in December, you saw I was doing quite a bit of work with Twitch Rivals. I finally got to do some competitive Fortnite and also some stuff with the NFL, including the Bud Light NFL Legend Series, where I got to meet my legend, Emmitt Smith, and hang out and drink beer with him for 4.5 hours. But that was 2019. In 2020, I know it's going to be a bigger and better year, and I'm really excited for everyone. I want to give a special shout out to everyone that's still working on the Overwatch League. Shout out to whoever is going to be taking over that new role as the host. Make sure they get you a talkback button so you can talk to the producer. But I know you guys are going to kill it, and I want to thank everyone who is a part of our lives over the last 2 years on the West Coast. We moved out there with a few friends, but everyone that was working on the Overwatch League truly became our family, from the stage managers to the makeup team to the producers and the replay crew. I had such a great time working on this show, and coming into work was an absolute joy every single day. I know you guys are going to crush it, and I can't wait to see all of your faces again on the road.
So following this, he does a very long thread about how everything has gone through the Overwatch League, and, he talks about Mr. X here, casting Call of Duty, and it mapped Mr. X also in the Overwatch League. But as you can tell by the video, seems like Call of Duty is pretty high on his agenda. He's still happy to keep up with Overwatch and do some of that stuff, but he'd like to be able to explore Rocket League and CSGO and all of this stuff in addition. So this is honestly fantastic news, really cool and interesting to see that this is happening with Puckett, and we'll have to see what this means for the rest of the casting talent. Wanted to talk about Maven as well and his current position in a couple of seconds here, but where is Puckett going to fit in here, and how is Activision going to make this work? Because of course, it doesn't seem like Puckett wants to be contracted down to a league with Activision once again for an entire season. He says he's not going to return to the Overwatch League for, the third season. He's been doing it, I guess, for 2 seasons, or at least 1.5, or however it's exactly worked out there. He doesn't necessarily want to be flying all around the world, all over the place, doing the hosting for every single weekend event, right? right? You don't necessarily want to be put in that position, but he might be able to do 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever it takes, right? And look, he's been a caster in the past. I think what we would hope as a community is that he would have more of a desk host role. I think that's probably where he's best used on the whole, and maybe he hasn't been keeping up with Call of Duty as much lately as some of the more up-to-date casters are, I guess. And there's also some casters that are really, really talented. We'll go on to this image just here. So Lord B picks, I'm all for bringing people back, but just so God help me if people from the current lineup stay over someone like Chance, I'll be so annoyed. And I think this is a fair point. Like, I'm all for bringing people back, like Puckett, absolute legend. I think that everyone who's done any sort of casting or any sort of videos like this wishes their voice could sound a little bit more like Puckett's. But yeah, like if they bring him back, that would be fantastic. And I imagine because he's freelance, he won't be, on the roster of the entire season in terms of casting stuff, maybe doing some desk hosting here or there, what I imagine will be the case. But yeah, in terms of casting talent, it really would be a shame for me if Chance is not picked up, because in my opinion, he's one of, if not the very best caster we have. And it would really be a shame to see him go, and hopefully they don't necessarily bring back guys that, yes, they might have big names, they might have relationships before with Activision, and yeah, I guess right now Chance technically has a relationship with Activision, but working with the CWL is a little bit differently with working directly with Activision Blizzard, I guess, in the CDL. Maybe that's not correct, but anyway, yeah, look, there seems to be a relationship there, but who knows exactly what we're going to be seeing going forwards. Hope some of the individuals that we currently have stay on, and we'll just have to see who exactly will come back. And Puckett may be one of the names, but this was the kind of blunder he had here on Twitter. So replying to this tweet, Damon Karma Barlow says, sounds awesome, Chris, let's go. And Puckett for Hire says, at Damon Karma, Huntsmen need a host. This is just great, right? Because if you guys aren't aware, Damon Karma Barlow, yes, he's been on OpTic Gaming for a long time. Of course, there's that connection in your head between Karma, Scump, and Formal. But of course, Karma is not on the Chicago Huntsmen. He is on the Seattle Surge alongside Enable, Octane. Who are the other guys in that team? Slackton, Apathy, of course. So yeah, really, really kind of funny to see. Clearly, Puckett has a little bit of catching up to do. And I think he actually did a tweet that we'll look at in a second. But firstly, we want to look at his casting history, because this is what he's done way back in the day. So, his first match he ever casted, this is all on CoD Gamepedia. I'll leave this link down below. MLG Dallas 2013. Then he casted the World Championships, and you can see all the results of every match that was casted. It's an incredible job by the guys at CoD Gamepedia and have all this recorded. And towards the latter half of the 2017 season, that's when Puckett was out of there and moved on to the Overwatch League. So after the World Championship, I think this is the last match he casted then was Envy versus OpTic in the winners finals when Envy won, and then OpTic went on to win the 2 series in the grand finals. That was the last we've really seen of Puckett in terms of Call of Duty. We'll have to see going forward whether he will fit in somewhere else. And so this is the tweet that Puckett made, who's making CoD content these days. So clearly he's looking to keep catching up on the scene. And interestingly, actually, Maven, don't know if you're watching this, if you are, very much appreciate this comment, but Maven says, as soon as I know I am casting the CDL, hopefully figured out soon. So just on current, data, as in this tweet was made just a couple of hours ago, it doesn't look like it's still confirmed. We saw the tweet the other day from Maven saying, if to revitalize, right? I think maybe we even looked at it yesterday, saying if it doesn't work out with commentating, maybe I'll join you in this content production stuff. And I was kind of thinking, maybe he's just joking around. Surely if he wants to, do the job at the CDL Activision, they're not going to turn him down, right? A guy with the stature of Maven. But it seems like things still aren't fully figured out. So that's pretty interesting to see. Hopefully Maven will come back though for the community's sake, right? And with Puckett alongside him doing some desk hosting would be fantastic. So it is going to be really interesting to see going forwards how the desk hosting situation works out, because Puckett now says, of course, he's based in New York City, so on the East Coast. Maybe he'll do some stuff for the New York Subliners, right, hosting their events that they potentially might have. But also, as we talked about yesterday, the New York Excelsior is also owned by the same ownership group, I believe. So maybe they're thinking, can we afford to have 2 events, as we talked about yesterday? Maybe they'll only have 1 for the season. So who knows exactly what will happen with Puckett? But at some of the West Coast events or some of the ones in Europe, I can't imagine necessarily Puckett's going to be forking out the time to come all the way over here when he could be, as a freelancer, working on so many other things still based in the USA. So we'll have to see who hosts the event, say, in London or in Paris, or, who's going to be the desk host, Lottie Van Prague or someone like that, who's done it before. And I believe someone even commented on my videos a fair while ago now saying Jess Brohard isn't planning to come back for the upcoming season. Obviously she's not a desk host, but has done the interviewing pretty much for the last, 2 seasons at least. She was definitely doing World War II, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if she doesn't come back, whether that's because Activision don't require her or whatever. And also to think about Katie Bedford, right? There's been rumours that she might well be coming back for the upcoming season. But of course, the way it's working this season is that we're going to have tournaments all around the world every single week in an ideal world, we have a different tournament. So, of course, Katie not necessarily going to be flying everywhere to do all the hosting, I imagine. So maybe they'll bring Puckett in from time to time, and maybe they'll keep Katie there on kind of a freelance here or there basis. Be interesting to see, though, right? Because if they do want to have people locked down on the books, like you're going to be casting XYZ, you're going to be desk hosting XYZ, then, you know, what room does it leave for freelancers and other people to hop in where required, as I'm sure a lot of people in the community would like to do. So really interesting. Just wanted to mention this as well that's been in the background for a while. So Neophyte comes, you know, tweets Crone at CDL Intel saying, is it true Arklov is not going to be in the rotation anymore? So Arklov Hardpoint, of course, Arklov Search and Destroy as well is a thing. But, you know, a lot of people have up and down opinions of this map. Personally, for Search and Destroy, I don't mind it. I think, you know, I really don't like it. But compared to the other maps in the game, I think it could be worse. And as Crone says, no one clipped it, but apparently Parasite and others say they're taking out Arklov Hardpoint and Ramazza Domination. When I hear something solid, we'll let you guys know. So, you know, we'll have to see. Ramazza Domination, honestly, is an okay map. If there were no doors, it would be much better. But doors really just ruin that map for me, especially the middle section. It's so painful to play. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if these come out. Of course, this is the professionals, and Parasite technically isn't even in the league. So to what degree he has, you know, to what leverage he has here with the CDL and Activision to, you know, push some of these changes, who knows? But if the professionals decide they don't want to play these, I imagine there will be another update to the CDL rules before the game drops, and hopefully Infinity Ward and the guys designing the rules are working with the professionals to get to a suitable outcome here at the very least. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Leave your thoughts down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you next time.
We had to go.
Oh, they hit old anywhere.
7?
7, Matt.
7?
Yeah, I think I need to just pre-aim and slow down. I'm like literally sprinting into stuff.
I don't know what you gotta do, dog, but you gotta figure that shit out. 7? What the 7?
My thought process is like, I'm trying to get as aggressive as possible and literally sprint at cuts to learn timing. But I need to slow down when I get to spots I like.
Oh my god.
7?
7, bro.
That's all you're giving me, Doug? Holy.